Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? Woo! Wow, I just want to say thank you so much to Florin for being able to put this event together. This has been an amazing event, and I really enjoyed all the speakers and all the information that we've gotten into today. And I just can't wait to show this presentation. But before I start introducing myself, I just wanted to introduce the song that I released. It's called Step. It's actually AI generated too as well, which I'm going to go in deep to talk about today. So let's play for a little bit. What's my name? Shout out to Chicago. Feel so good like I just hit the lotto. Shout out to Chicago. So it goes like this a little bit. Step 1, get fresh, lace my shoes. Step 2, calling up all my shoes. Step 3, bringing that energy. Step 4, get more. Step 5, get light. Step 1, get fresh, lace my shoes. Step 2, calling up all my shoes. Step 3, bringing that energy. Step 4, get more. Step 5, get light. Arcade. What's my name? Arcade. What's my name? Arcade. Alright everybody. Hope you guys are warmed up. My name is Rashidi Kabamba. And my name is Rashidi Kabamba, but also known as R-Keys. I'm a student, founder, and musician behind R-Keys Company. At R-Keys, we create music designed to relieve stress and bring a sense of peace in our constantly hustling world. We achieve this by leveraging advanced AI tools for strategic songwriting and innovation, allowing us to produce music that is both impactful and forward-thinking. Okay, guys, so hopefully you guys are here to get loose, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have a really great time in this presentation. So this is the first quote that I have from the CEO of Microsoft, named Satya Nadella. He said, "Every company is a software company. You have to start thinking and operating like a digital company. It's no longer just about procuring one solution and deploying one. It's not about one simple software solution. It's really you yourself thinking of your own future as a digital company." Why I went into this quote is because this right here is my bookkeeping expenses. So if you notice on my bookkeeping expenses, I use an accounting software called Wave. 100% of my bookkeeping expenses are software related. Now, how is it that an artist has software related expenses? So how is it that I can be a creative, but I still have to be aware of software? And this is where the world is going. This is why it's important, even people who are in the creative fields, to actually know and to have a technical acumen, as in have a technologist way of thinking. So some of my expenses are, this is the incomplete one, but while I was doing my books, I just got the insights. Google Workspace, so I have to use Google Workspace for my Gmail. I use Wix subscription for my website, Staccato lyric service, which we're gonna go into, and my Spotify receipt to be on DSPs. Yes, you guys can search up R-Keys on Spotify, you know that's where I'm at, so. But what I'm trying to say here is that every company is a software company. When we had in 1999 to the early 2000s, we actually had a company called Napster, which was a peer-to-peer service that actually shared music digitally. And Napster was a revolution in itself. So this is the reason why somebody who's in music has to understand technology, or has to have some type of technologist way of thinking. This is what Sean Fanning said. He said, "It was something that provided a better, more reliable and fun way for people to share music and see each other's music collection. For the first time, this full history of recorded music was available online to everyone instantly." So the question you guys have to ask yourself today, are you guys too, as software developers, technologists, and AI, what industry are you guys gonna go into that you're gonna revolutionize? What industry are you gonna democratize? Because people who are programmers weren't necessarily thinking about the Grammys or the Junos or, like the people that were on music-based platforms. But he was able to do that and reshape what we call the music industry today. And it's a technologist that was able to do that, and it wasn't somebody who was saying, R. Keys, who was rapping, So I just wanted to add that when you guys to think about in your mind as you're developing programs, what industry would you guys go into to be able to innovate and change? So what I want to talk about is copyright law. And I want to talk about copyright law because the basis of the music industry is like a coin, heads and tails. So the tails of music is the law, and the heads is the business. In order for you to make money in music, you have to have what we call rights. And those rights are owed to you whenever you exploit the song, which I'm going to go into. So let's go into the law a little bit, copyright law. So this is a book called Legal Line, Your Guide to Canadian Law. A copyright is a legal right to make public, produce, or reproduce any original written or artistic work or a substantial part of it in any material form. So essentially, with a copyright, you're able to own what you call intellectual property. And basically, when you own that intellectual property, you have the control, to be able to, dictate what you do with that copyright. And you can exploit it as in commercialize it however you would want to. Now, there's copyright, but there's also copyright infringement. This is what Napster got into an issue with. Because as musicians, we own rights to our songs. So copyright infringement occurs when someone copies, performs, or displays a work in public without the permission of the owner. As programmers too, you have to understand copyright and intellectual property law. How did Bill Gates make Microsoft? He licensed it, right? So he owned the IP of Microsoft, but he was able to license it and exploit it. Well, that's a whole other world in itself, right? So copyright infringement is when you own the proprietary rights of whatever product you actually created. And if somebody uses it or reproduces it in any way, it's an infringement, and you have to go to court. And that's not really a nice process to go through. So how music works, there's two copyrights. This is by Ditto Music. There's the master recordings, right? And then there's the publishing. So the master recordings is what the recording artists have. And then the publishing is what lyricists have. So there's two copyrights within one song. So I'm a rapper named R. Keys. I'm a performer. I perform the song. But then I'm also a lyricist named Rashidi Kabamba. So on the credits that I actually have for my songs, it goes like this. I'm R. Keys, the performer, the fly guy with the shades, singing the song, rapping the song. But then there's a guy in the background that is a lyricist. That's me. That's the normal Rashidi that you normally see. See Superman right there, the Wakandan rapper that you see right there, he only comes out when it's time to come out, right? So that's why it's important to understand these basic things, because it all ties in when we talk about AI. So now, music royalties, this is the other side of the coin, which is the head side, is the exploitation of the commercialization. So music royalties are payments made to rights holders, such as songwriters, composers. So songwriters, composers, lyricists is Rashidi Kabamba, and then the recording artist is R. Keys, right? I know this all makes sense. This is music industry jargon. I know you guys aren't in the music industry, but if this was a music industry rep that was here at A&R, they'd go crazy right now. So music royalties are payments made to rights holders, such as songwriters, composers, and recording artists, for the use of their music. These royalties are earned whenever their music is played, performed, or reproduced. They serve as compensation for what? intellectual property rights of the creators and essential for sustaining the music industry. Back to intellectual property. That's what Napster wasn't aware of when they started sharing it. So if you're one of building a digital tool inside of, for the music industry, you have to be aware of these dynamics when you're building software. So here is my musical composition. This is from the CIPO. This is called the Canadian Intellectual Property Office. And I actually was able to copyright that original song that you heard, Step. Right? That song, Step 1. Yeah, Fred's lace my shoes. So I actually copyrighted the original composition, which is the lyrics. Right? Which is the musical side, which is the publishing. So by copywriting, you see my name right there, Rashidi Kabamba. That's one side of the copyrights. Now, unfortunately, as composers or lyricists, we get what you call writer's block. This is a little bit now where we're going into the importance of artificial intelligence. So writer's block is a psychological inhibition preventing a writer from proceeding with a piece. So usually whenever I write songs, I'll be like, my name is Rashidi, I'm looking real cool, I'm feeling smart, I'm not feeling like a fool. I get confused because I get writer's block and I get tired. So I'll go to stress management techniques, like going to sleep or working out or, doing basic coping mechanisms to be able to cope with the stress of having writer's block. But it's like, all of a sudden, I was on the internet one day and I found these two guys. One of them is named Jeff and the other name is Jason. So they actually created a software or an AI, artificial intelligence tool, called Staccato AI, which is a co-writer for your DAW, which is a co-writer for your digital audio workstation. And what it does is, for composers and lyrics, it actually suggests you lyrics, which we're going to go into. I'm going to show you guys some features on that. And also for producers, it actually enables them to have a co-pilot with them as they're producing melodies. So I talked to Jason and I asked him, whenever I make my songs, would this AI infringe on my copyrights? And he said no. And the reason why is because what we call AI ethics. So AI ethics are the moral principles that guide companies to a responsible, fair development use of AI. This is by Coursera. But also, if you go to UNESCO, and London is the UNESCO City of Music only designation in Canada. If you go to UNESCO, this is a very important thing to understand. When you're creating language models, your language model has to be utilized in a way where it's not infringing on society. It's actually the beneficial of society. This is why it's called AI ethics. You have to be ethical with the AI and the language models that you're actually creating so that you're not disrupting society, but you're actually moving it forward. So Staccato AI says, unlike many other AI music platforms, we train our models responsibly using only data that respects artists and their copyrights, meaning that Staccato AI is ethical, meaning that if I'm saying, if I'm composing or writing lyrics, and I use Staccato AI to suggest me some lyrics, it's fair game. So it's completely ethical, and it doesn't infringe on my copyrights, and the AI models are not mining my information to be able to be utilized in their data. So this is the reason why it's important as software developers or programmers to be ethical when you're building AI, because it can create so many new innovations. So what we have here is a GGG song. So what I created with the AI actually is a song. So what I have here is my lyrics are on the left, what I wrote, and then I put on the bottom what Staccato wrote. Then on the side, it's extensions of different verses that it actually suggested to me. So this is what I said. Names are keys. We represent the GDG. On the mic, you have to sit back and see. My rhymes are complex, kind of like Java, making you feel hot, just like lava. Program developed like a Python steak. Rep Canada as I rhyme just as Drake. Come together to build a better world, shining bright like diamonds in pearls. That's French. And so, yeah. Okay, so what I was able to do was, Staccato suggested me some lyrics. So it said, this is what Staccato said in the extension. It said, coding keys to unlock a virtual gate. In this digital rush, we can't be late. Improving lives through a silicon swirl. Crafting technology for every boy and girl. Okay, that's pretty nice. But the next one it suggested was, designing code smoother than a lake. In this tech game, there's no room for the fake. We keep it real from morning till it's late. Our ambition, the world won't underestimate. So, the last one said, code isn't my art. It's no fake, no mistake. From Toronto to Vancouver for the planet's sake. Creating unity with every keystroke unfurled in this digital kingdom for every boy and every girl. That's what it said. But here's the thing though. I took the first section and I put it within the four, what they call bars in rap. I would say verses. And I put that to attach it to my other ones that I wrote. So it says, coding keys to unlock a virtual gate. In this digital rush, we can't be late. Improve lives till a silicon swirl. Crafting tech for every boy and girl. But if you notice, what it suggested me was crafting technology for every boy and girl. I said crafting tech for every boy and girl. And in music, if you're a musician, you would understand that one, taking up those three letters matters because it can ruin the whole song. That's why people don't like mumble rappers. They're like, but if you like say it, if you're able to articulate your words in a low level and make it simple, it actually will sound great. But also too, as well as like what I wanted to show is that it proves that staccato is just a tool. Because I couldn't copy, even though I took majority of it for this sake, but you still have to edit and make it rhyme with the song. Because if it doesn't flow with the song, then the suggestions don't work. That's the reason why it's a tool, and it's not actually used for that. So, another thing that the staccato has is called sentiment analysis. So, sentiment analysis actually gives me advice on how I can actually beef up the song and make it better. So, sentiment analysis is the sentiment of the text appears to be upbeat, confident, enthusiastic. The songwriter effectively conveys a sense of pride in their identity as art keys in their skills in coding and technology. To continue conveying the sentiment in lyrics, the songwriter can incorporate specific imagery related to coding and technology to make the content more engaging and relatable. They can also use metaphors and similes that evoke a sense of innovation, progress, and creativity. Additionally, adding personal anecdotes or experiences related to their journey in the tech world can make the lyrics more authentic and connect with the audience on a deeper level. Incorporating a catchy rhythm and rhyme scheme can also help in the reinforcing the upbeat and confident tone of the song. So this is all the advice that the AI actually is giving me as a songwriter or composer to be able to write in the song. So I was like, okay, staccato, you're gonna tell me what I gotta rap about? Okay, so I'm gonna add some more bars and what we actually can say. So this is what I said. Coding software feeling the gaiety, changing the world and society. Our keys impact like AI, rap with AI, soaring to the top, soaring so high. GDG, we're here to code with tools, feel so wise, I can never be a fool. Lyrical technologists rap so well, using C++, JavaScript, HTML. Whoo! Y'all know HTML? Anybody know HTML here? Yeah, let's go, baby, yeah! So, here we go again. The feature is staccato extended, and they suggested me some lyrics. So I'm not going to go too much in depth into that. But Staccato suggested I took the bottom code. It said, our code is so clean, it's practically swell. Python and Ruby, we know them so well. Like a symphony from a digital bell, in the world of tech, we sure do excel. Excel. You know Microsoft Excel. So yeah, that's how I was able to compose this song. And now, luckily, we'll see how this song sounds like with the beat on. So I was able to get some of the song and put it on my phone. Hold on. Wait 1 second. All right. Okay, guys, you ready? Let's go. What's your name? R.K. Rest in peace, evil. So this is a whole song that I wrote for the GG. Yeah, clap your hands, y'all. Clap your hands, y'all. Clap your hands, y'all. I said, names on key, repping for GG. All the money, you rap the city that you see. Around the complex, kinda like Java, making you feel hot, just like lava. Program developed like a Python snake, working it as a rhyme, just as Drake. Come together to build a better world, shining bright like diamonds and pearls. Code the keys to a life in this digital rush, we can't be late. Improve like super silicon swirl, crafting tech for every boy and girl. Coding software for the community, changing the world and society. Our keys impact like AI, rap AI, soaring to the top, soaring so high. GG, we're here to code with the tools. Feel so wise, can't never be a fool. Every technologist rap so well. C++, JavaScript, XML. Code is so clean, it's practically swell. Python and Ruby, we know them so well. Like a symphony from a digital bell. In the world of tech, we sure excel. Yeah, GG. What? GG, hey. Google developer groups. When I'm on the mic, man, you know I hear the truth. Google developer groups. When I'm on the mic, man, you know I hear the truth. GG. What? GG. Hey, GG. What? GG. Hey, thank you guys so much for your time. Here we go. AI and the future of lyricism. Hope you guys like the song, and that's RTs. And you can find me on LinkedIn, Spotify, different DSPs. Hope you guys learned a lot, and I'm open for questions if you want some. Ask me some questions. And, oh, okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Jay. I've been at it for professionally like a year, but for a while, like number of years, like all the time. What do you love most about it? I like the creativity aspect of it, like just being able to come out of nowhere with something. Like you could be stressed out having a trouble day. I see your hand. You could be stressed out having a trouble day, and all of a sudden, like you just come out of nowhere with something, and then you're like, dang. This is amazing. So innovation too. Yeah.
FL Studio or Ableton?
Oh, I'm not a producer, so I'm not too sure, man. My bad. But I like FL Studio though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I like whoever did that, the voice echo. That's you? Okay. That's fresh. Oh, so I actually get them either BeatStars or some of my friends who actually produce. That's right, there's some of them.
So in a real world scenario, by using AI, how much that saves time, effort, and the hard work of the system to bring a new song?
Oh, thanks a lot, man. That actually saves so much time. Like you said, I was like I said earlier, I was sleeping because like I was trying to like get over writer's block. So it's not only like just like a saving time from actually like a technical aspect, it's even like just saving stress. Like I'm not as stressed out because I know it's like an assistant to me. So it's being able to be more efficient with minimal inputs and maximum outputs whenever I be able to utilize artificial intelligence. Well, one thing I wanted to make a distinction with somebody. Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, what do you guys say?
Okay, so one thing I want to make a distinction is this is not AI music, right? AI music is its own thing. Like when you're generating a song with AI, that's its own world in itself, which can be its own DevFest in itself.
Do you think AI is going to be beneficial or not to the copyright process?
When we get more legislation around AI, it will be better for the copyright process. What I think is going to happen in the music industry is that the programmers that make these AIs will eventually have to get like writer share in the actual copyrights if you're using AI. Because like when I first made my song Step, like the second verse actually is AI generated and I performed it. So like I asked the Staccato owners if I could put them as a song credit, and they said I didn't have to because they're like ethical AI. So I didn't have to actually use my, I actually credit them. And so that's good for me because I don't have to split the income that comes from the song. But eventually, with more legislation, they're gonna eventually, most likely the AI is gonna have to take credit for like actually helping to generate music. Which is interesting. Yeah.
Do you think they'll ever have to do something where, like, going forward, like, going to song, showing that it was how to generate it? I mean, like, some of the lyrics were, like, us, like, how to make it. Like, do you think they'll have to give a disclaimer in the song or whatever?
Yeah, there would have to be disclaimers in the song. Just because it's like, you want to make it as human as possible. And this is the thing about it, it's because you guys are technologists, right? And it's just that, like, you have to be aware of the legal side of innovation too, just as much as you have to be aware of you actually designing something. Just like me, when I'm an artist, I have to be aware of like if a producer produced a beat, credited him. Like law is just as important in innovation as the actual innovation itself. So I hope I answered your question. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Oh, any questions? Yeah. That's a very good question. It's not necessarily that problematic because when you're looking at a song, you're looking at every single verse of the song. The whole composition together is the same. But if it's another artist though, and you're copying their song, their composition, and you're putting it into your song, then that's a problem. So, but if it's like if you're using, because when you look at a composition, you're looking at the whole totality of it. You're not looking at little like verses that you see independently. So yeah. Any more questions?
Do another rap for us.
Do another rap? You want one? Okay. If I can go on YouTube or something like that, I can just get a beat. This song I wrote is called So, what's my name? Okay, this song's called Vibes. I have a good positive energy. Positive energy. Positive energy, I like those lights. Let's get it. Hey, yo! Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Positive energy till I die. Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Got vibes, got vibes, got vibes. Positive energy till I die. Some of us up with high vibration, feel real so good, like I just won a lotto. Out to staccato, feels so good. What's up? One more time. Got vibes, 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 got vibes. Positive energy till I die. Positivity starts with a P 'cause it pays. When I'm on the white board, you know I don't play. Positivity starts with a P 'cause it pays. When I'm on the white board, you know I don't play. Boys. Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate that. That's my Lord.